Welcome back, everybody. This is Red Halo here, and do we have a lot of stuff to go over? The New Year's banners are here. We know what they are. We know what the new legends are going to be. And we know what the step structure looks like. We now actually know what legends are in each part, what the limited pools are, everything. So in this video, we're going to be going over the Sugo structure, what characters are on each part, what the special steps are, and what characters are in those pools, and which part I think people should be pulling on. Of course, this is all my personal opinion. I've gone through some of the stuff already, and I'll give you all my opinions here in this video. But let's get started. This will be as quick as I can make it. It is a lot of information, but we're going to go through each part here, starting with part 1, which does have both new legends on it, which is Roger Whitebeard, which is a dual unit, and the Luffy and the Straw Hats, which is also a dual unit. They're both dual units. Very strong characters. If you want to learn more about these characters, I'm not going to make a video on it. I'm going to actually send you over to Toadski's video. He made a great video going through both of these units as well as the rest of the batch. I'll link it down below. I'll also put a card up there. So go check that out. He did a great video on that. I'm just going to let you guys check that out and help him out there. And he just always does good video going through all the units. We're going to go over the structure here, right? So, part 1. All of these parts, by the way, have a 15% legend rate. Okay? So, you don't have to worry about one part having a different rate than the other. They don't normally do that, but some Sugofests are like that. But you don't have to worry about that one for this one. This is a Super Sugofest, so it does have the older Super Sugofest units on them. They're on different parts. This one only has Luffy and the Straw Hats and Roger and Whitebeard on it, right? This does have 30 legends on each part. Not like the previous Super Sugofest we had with the Onigashima trio, where it had more legends on part 1, and then each other part had the Luffy and the Law and the Kid, and they were all on part 1. It's not like that, right? 30 legends on every part. And I actually do like that, because it just means every part is kind of the same, apart from what characters are boosted on whatever parts there are, right? Part 2 has Yamato, the Onigashima Luffy, and the Onigashima Kid on it. And part 3 has Yamato, the Law, Onigashima Law, and Roger on it. Odin is not on any of these banners because he's going to have his own special banner because he's getting a super evolution. Which I don't really suggest people pulling on that unless you really want Odin. This is a much better banner, in my opinion. I'm not going to go over that banner today. Anyway, we're going to be getting free tries at 10+1 rare recruit every day, starting from the 31st to the 28th. At least I believe it's every day, right? It may be when each part comes out, and it doesn't really say. It just says from the 31st to January 28th. So it says 100 free rare recruits. So we're getting what it looks like 10 free multiples, or roughly, right? Maybe it's 9 because the +1. Anyway, we're going to be getting lots of free multiples. That's super exciting. This goes over all their unit information and so forth, right? Let's go over the steps real quick, right? This is going to be part 1, and they have different steps, right? They're not massively different, but they are different, right? So, as you can see, no discount. 30 gems for the first multiple is what it is. There are a lot of rate boost or Sugofest steps on this. I'm going to let you know right now, there are a ton. Okay. So let's go through them, right? These are the ones that we have steps on so far, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 16, 17, 19, 21, 22, and 24. All of those steps have the rate boost or the Sugo rare character step on it. Could be better, for sure. That's kind of the thing that's weighing it down, I think. I don't know why they don't throw more interesting steps out there. It's just a bunch of those. The fourth step is a Sugo rare character guaranteed. You're going to be getting a lot of reds on here already, so that step is, to me, just whatever, right? Then the next step that's good is the eighth step, which is a selected Sugofest only character. And we're going to go over what are on these parts, what are on these steps, after I go through the rest of the steps right here, right? There's another Sugo rare character on 10. There's a super limited pool on 12. There's another one on 15. There's another Sugo rare on 18. Another super limited step on 20. Another Sugo rare on 23 and on the 25th. Mind you, if you can remember, there's only one step that's a selected pool. All the rest are either a legend guaranteed or the super limited step, right? That aren't the rate boost step, obviously. So there's only one, and that's on the 8th. And this is for part 1. So that might be a good stopping point for a lot of people. I know this is a big Sugofest, and people will probably go farther than that. But that's where the first actually good step is at, which is at the 8th, which is this part 1, right? There are no guaranteed characters on part 1. All the way at the end is a super limited step. No guaranteed unit, right? You have to go on to part 2 and 3 for that. All the way to the 30th multi. Part 2 has Roger and Newgate on it. Part 3 has the Straw Hat P2 crew on it, right? 30 multis for that. The differences on these parts, as you can see, the first multi has nothing. There's nothing there. There's no special +1 anything, right? But the steps are exactly the same, right? So on 2 and 3, lots of rate boost steps, as you can see. The first Sugo rare is on 4, then it's 8, then you have to go to 10 for the selected one, right? Another Sugo rare on 13. Super limited step, the first one is on the 15th multi for this one. Another Sugo rare on the 18th. Super limited pull on the 20th. And then you get another one. You get a Sugo rare on the 24th. The next limited step, there actually isn't another limited step. The next Sugo rare step is the 28th. And then you get the guaranteed one. So the only two, I think there's only 2 steps. 20th and the 15th are the super limited step, and the 10th is the selected step. So the structure is just not great. I'll let you know that right off the bat. Every part, I think, has bad steps. I think the steps on part 1 are better. You get a basically chance at both of the units, but it also means you could just get one of those units many times, right? Plus, part 1 doesn't have the older super exclusive legends on it like part 2 and 3 do. Like, part 2 has the Luffy and the Kid and the Yamato. And this one has Roger and Law and Yamato, right? So you have to pick and choose. I don't think the steps are great, like I said. The 15% legend rate, so I think you're just looking at the steps. Part 1 is better, but only by a little bit, right? This is where we get into our second part of the video. I do want to specify when these come out for you real quick. So when does part 1 come out? So here we go. Part 1 comes out on the 27th, which is going to be today, actually. It's 1 a.m. for me right now, so it'll be at news o'clock today. Part 2 comes out on the 29th, which is 48 hours later. I hate that they do this. And the 31st is where part 3 comes out. So you got to wait 48 hours in between each part. I will be live doing pulls when part 1 goes out. I'm not going to be doing a ton on part 1 because I actually want to do the most on part 2, and I'm going to show you personally why I want to do the most on part 2. All right, but anyway, those are when the Sugofest steps come out. Now I have a infographic that I made that I'm going to pop up on the screen right here. Here it is. This is every part and what legends are on each part. So for part 1 and every part, there's 30 legends, right? Part 1 has Straw Hat V2 Pirates. It has Roger and Newgate, the new Superclass Katakuri, the Superclass Doflamingo, Ulti Page 1, Reiju, Queen, King, Whitebeard versus Shanks, Ace versus Akainu, V3 Zoro, which is the Dex one, obviously, Shiroshi Manshiri V2, Halloween Shanks, the Sweet Commanders, Germa 66, Luffy and Sanji, the dual unit, Hawkins, V3 Sabo, V3 Rayleigh, Komurasaki, V1 Kaido, Bullet, V2 Big Mom, Cracker, Carrot, Zephyr, Shiki, V2 Kuzan, V1 Anel, and V1 Dogstorm. There's some really bad characters there at the bottom, and every part is like that if you look at it. The good legends on part 1, obviously the 2 new ones, the Superclass Dofi and the Katakuri are very good. Those 2 are also on the merge banner though. So if you don't get them here, you can still do more pulls on the merge banner. They're much easier to get on the merge banner too. So that's something to think about. Ulti Page 1, who are also on the merge banner. Reiju, who's on the merge banner. Queen and King, who are also on the merge banner. Whitebeard versus Shanks. Ace versus Akainu. Those are both on the merge banner. Actually, I think Ace versus Akainu is on the merge banner. Not quite 100% on that. V3 Zoro, I'm pretty sure, is on the merge banner. V2 Shiroshi Manshiri, I think, is on the merge banner. I think that's where it stops. I don't think Halloween Shanks and Downward are on the merge banner. Anyway, who down here is good? V1 Kaido is amazing. Don't have V1 Kaido, unbelievably good. Bullet's fantastic. Carrot just got her super evolution, very good. Cracker's still usable. Luffy Sanji's still very good. The Germa very good. Halloween Shanks not so much. But everyone up past that, from Shiroshi Manshiri V2 onward, very good units. Can't go wrong with there. I think the heavy hitters are that first row, and even the second row minus Reiju for part 1, right? So the limited step pull, I'll zoom in a little bit on here for you so you can see it. Right? The super limited step consists of Luffy, Sanji, the Sweet Commanders, this Yoshi V2, Manshiri V2, the V3 Zoro, Ace Akainu, Queen, Reiju, Page 1 Ulti, the Doflamingo Superclass, the Queen, the Katakuri Superclass, and the 2 new legends. That's the 8th step, if you remember. The super limited steps are the ones that have the stars on them. So, unfortunately, you got Hawkins there. For some reason, they threw Hawkins in there instead of Luffy, Sanji, or literally anybody else up here. Queen and King aren't even on it. That's kind of disappointing, right? I don't really know why they did that, but that is what it is. Part 2, let's look at that. I'm going to zoom in on it actually right now and go through it with you guys like this, so it's a little see. Oh, like I said, Roger versus Whitebeard, Yamato, Onigashima Luffy, Onigashima Kid, the Superclass Doflamingo, King, Bonnie's on this part. That's different, right? V3 Blackbeard, yikes. Ace versus Akainu, who were on part 1 as well. V3 Zoro, which was on part 1. Yoshi Manshiri V2 was on part 1. V2 Vivi Rebecca was not. That's new. V4 Law, which is the Halloween Law. Sweet Commanders, which were on part 1. Luffy Sanji, part 1. You also have Shanks Crew. Very good pick right there. Komurasaki was on part 1. V1 Kaido was on part 1. Cat Dog. They're not so great anymore. V2 Big Mom. Again, part 1. V2 Zoro. Cracker was on part 1. Bardo Cavendish. Hear it. They were on part 1. Brooke. Jiki. V2 Kuzan. V2 Fujitora. Lucy. And now. The selected pool are this Shanks Crew, Luffy Sanji, the Sweet Commanders, V4 Law, the V2 Shiroshi Mancheri, and then all these characters minus actually no, all of these characters are up there. So this top row of 10 units, V2 Shiroshi Mancheri, the V4 Halloween Law, Sweet Commanders, Luffy Sanji, and Shanks Crew. Those are the selected pool. The star characters are the limited pool. I'm pulling on this part specifically because I'm missing this E3 Blackbeard, this Kid, this Luffy, Yamato, and obviously the new legends. I have everybody else, but I don't have Kid and that Luffy. Those are the main, and Yamato. Those are the main draws for me. Because I skipped Yamato and I didn't pull that Luffy or Kid. So, but if we're comparing the parts 1 and 2, what do I think? I think part 1's are better. Part 1 better. Anyway, let's get on into the final part here with part 3, right? Part 3 has the Straw Hat Crew, Yamato, Onigashima Law. This has Roger on it. So if you don't have Roger, hint, hint. Very good. I still think he might be the best legend. I haven't messed with the other legends, obviously, first, but he's definitely contending with the new legends to be the best legend. He could still be the best legend in the game. The new Superclass Katakuri. Corona's on this part, but she also is on the Merge banner. Page 1 Ulti. The new Lucci, the V3 Lucci, sorry. But he's also on the Merge banner. Reiju, Queen, Hyper vs. Shanks, V2 Kaido. Very good unit right there. I think he's on the Merge banner, though. Halloween Shanks, Halloween Mihawk, the German 66 unit, Halloween Boa, Smoker, Hawkins, V3 Sabo, V3 Rayleigh, Arlon Crew, Onami, Bullet, V1 Shiroshi Mancheri, Sabo Koala, Sanji Judge, V2 Sabo, Zephyr, Frankie, and Dogstorm. I think if I'm looking at all of these parts, right? And I forgot to go over the super the limited pool here. The limited pool consists of Hawkins, Smoker, this Halloween Mihawk, V2 Kaido, Hyper vs. Shanks, and then everybody in these two top rows. The Super Limited Pool has the stars on it, as we know. All of the parts, when looking at every single part, if you are a new player, what part do I think you should pull on? Roger is very, very strong. And you have Law on part 3, who is very, very good as well. Yamato's there. I think, personally, just from looking at the units, the 2 new ones with Roger and Whitebeard, Luffy and the Straw Hats, I think Luffy and the Straw Hats are better. Only by a little, though. So, if I were to say pull on a part, personally, if you're a new player, I think part 3 might be the best. Because you got Roger on there. You got that Law, which I think is contending to be with Kid the best out of that Onigashima trio. Yamato's there. That Katakuri's there who's still very good. I think Dofi's better out of the super class, but still very good. That Perona's very good. Ulti-Page 1, fantastic. You got a lot of very good units on part 3, right? You have to go down quite a bit. Like, I think Halloween Shanks is the first one that's like kind of so-so. But then you got, you know, the Mihawk's fantastic, Germa's fantastic, that V3 Boa's fantastic, and then Smoker and everybody down past that's kind of eh. But if you're a new player, I think part 3 only slightly over part 1, because I think just having the chance to get 2 of the new characters on part 1 is a fantastic draw. Plus you got both of the super class characters and the Doflamingo and the Katakuri on part 1. You got 2 versus unit there with Ace versus Akainu and Whitebeard versus Shanks. But Roger is really hard to pass up because he's so good, and he's on part 3. I don't think part 2 is the best part by far. I think it's actually the least best part. It's only the part I want to pull on the most because I'm missing the most characters on it. And that's what any character, any person that you... Okay, let me rephrase that. You have to think about who you're missing. It's like every banner out there. Every banner that comes around. You got to look at it and be like, what part is best for me to pull on specifically for what characters I'm missing? So look at this. I posted this on the Reddit. It's in the Discord. Check this out. Look at it. Determine who you're missing the most on, and not only who you're missing the most on, but what characters that you are missing that you want the most. Right? Because I'm missing characters on part 3 and part 1. But I'm missing characters on part 2 that I want more. Right? So, like, I'm missing Queen. I don't have the new Katakuri. And they're on part 1. They're also on part 3. But I want Kid and Yamato and that Luffy more. So, that's how you have to look at it. Also, look at those super limited steps if you're really going far. Right? Part 1 super limited step has Hawkins on it. Yikes. Right? So, I have all the information there on the side with part 1 or the super limited pull 12, 15, 20, 25. Have those on there, and it's only at part 2 and 3 you only have 15 and 20 with those super limited steps, right? With that being said, that's going to be this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's informative for you. For me, I'm going to be pulling on part 2. I think part 3 is just slightly better than part 1. But part 1's going to be out first. So if you can't have any patience and you want to go for part 1, it's not the worst decision, right? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely please hit that like button for me. It helped me out a massive amount of deal. You don't even know. Subscribe if you want to get notified for more videos when I put them out. Check out the description down below. It's going to have a link to my Twitch, as well as my Twitter, and the Toadski video with the new units and going through them. That's all in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time.